Good morning, everyone. It is December 9th while I am recording this, but you are definitely seeing this sometime next year, which is kind of fun. So, if you can hear, the birds are going absolutely wild around here, which is really fun to hear while I work. They tend to be more vocal in the mornings, which actually works out really nicely. So while I film myself working, I get to listen to them. Well, usually in the afternoons, I listen to a fun podcast because they're not as chirpy. But today I'm in Circle 1. I am gonna try and tackle this today. We're gonna see how far I get. Basically, Circle 1 has become a very weedy, kind of wild zone. It was always pretty wild, but it did produce really awesome zucchinis and cucumbers in my first 3 years working here. So I've been here 5 years. My first 3, it was really productive. But I think what happened over time is there's lots of soil erosion, meaning the soil as it rains, it's the bottom of the hill. A lot of this soil got basically taken to the playground. So we've lost a lot of soil. The other thing is that I think with that erosion and just the sun baking it, I mean, this circle is in full sun, like all day, every day, especially in the summer, which is just cooking. It is hot up here. So I think this circle lost a lot of nutrients because last year, this past summer that just happened, 2020 summer, I tried to plant, the usual zucchini and cucumbers and didn't get anything. And I've never not gotten anything. I've always, gotten those big zucchinis where you're kind of like, what do I do with this? It's so big. Got nothing this year. And I think there's 2 reasons for that. One, the soil erosion with the nutrient erosion. I think also gophers. I think the gophers got to them. So what I'm planning to do, my long-term plans, are to build a raised beds in here. Raised beds, I feel like, are the best way to kind of keep your plants nice and warm in the winter, keep them well irrigated in the summer, reduce the erosion, you can kind of take care of the nutrients a little bit better, and gophers cannot get into them as easily. So I'm going to give you a quick view of this, little rundown of what I'm going to work on today. The long-term goal is to get raised beds, but I don't know if you guys, at this point you guys should know this about me if you've been in the classes with me. I like to get things used. I like to find pieces of wood and put them together and make a raised bed. I like to find something that is kind of on its way out, or people think it has no use, and then put it to a use in the garden. So I'm going to show you guys and keep in mind that the long-term goal is raised beds. I have no idea what we're going to find in terms of wood, when that's going to happen, but today's going to be a lot of weeding. This craziness is what we're working with. So I had tried an experiment by building little beds with these sticks, but kids and sticks. We all tripped over them a little too much, and we all picked them up a little bit too much, so it didn't quite work. So this is all borage coming up, which I think I will just leave for today because I don't have the wood to make the raised beds today. But these were all tomatoes, so I'm going to pull those out and get the tomato cages out. I'm going to try and clean up these big sticks. And then we had a local organization give us all their pumpkins from Christmas, from Halloween, and I just kind of chucked them in here to let them break down. And as they break down, they'll feed the squirrels, they'll feed the gophers, they'll feed whoever wants to eat those rather than our good food that we're growing. And then the seeds will deposit in here, and hopefully we'll get lots of pumpkins next year, kind of growing like crazy. So look at this guy. Cool. Is there anyone in there? Oh, there's some dead slugs, but that's about it. So that's what I'm going to work on today. I'll give you guys a time lapse of that. Super good news. Look at this. You guys see that thing? It's a praying mantis egg sac. So it looks like, I mean, this isn't the time of year for them to be coming out, so it looks like they've already come out. Let me see if I can get this off. Creak, 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 creak. Cool. Put that in our bug collection. So the one that we actually currently have in our bug collection is super big and puffy, but around here I've always seen them kind of look like these weird little worm chip kind of thing. I don't know how to describe this. Isn't that cool? So the babies just come like pouring out of there. It's so cool. I don't know where I'm gonna put this. I'll put it next to my camera. Cool. That's good news. We like having praying mantises. Praying mantises are one of those insects that, one, are just like super cool, like one of my top 2 favorite insects, but also are super helpful for the garden. So praying mantises will eat things, I mean, they'll eat pincher bugs, they'll eat aphids, they'll eat weevils that kind of bore into especially the hollyhocks, those big tall flowers or big tall stalks with the beautiful pink flowers we get. A lot of the times their seeds are not usable because the weevils have these little nose proboscises, which are like little suckers, and they just stick their noses into the seed and suck out all the juices, so then the seed can't really be used. But that is really good to know that hopefully there are praying mantises among us taking care of those bugs that kind of hurt our garden. All right, back to work. How am I supposed to get anything done? And there's so many cool things around me. Look at this. Can you see? It's like not focusing. Anyways, it's a super cool fungus. I don't think I've ever seen one like that before. It's a shelf fungi. Shelf fungi stick to the side of like logs or trees, and a fungus is just the main body of a mushroom. A mushroom's just like the fruiting body, like the fruit, like an apple is the fruiting body, the fruit of an apple tree. The fungus, or the hyphae and the mycelium, is like the whole thing. So the mushroom itself is just that apple, basically. So cool. And you see there's like the stripes on the bottom there? Those are called gills, and that's what's going to hold the spores. Now, funguses don't reproduce with seeds. Instead of seeds, they have things called spores, which are super tiny. And that's where they hold them. This is a cool stick. This might go on the special shelf, or I might just leave it to bask in the glory of Circle 1. Cool thing to show you. So just digging out all the weeds, and I found this pumpkin, and I actually had flipped it so it was sitting like this, and then I went like this. I said, hey, someone's been eating it, and look, a gopher hole with pumpkin pieces. Can you see that pumpkin piece down there, that orange thing? I wonder if there's someone in there. Hello, good morning. So this guy's just having his lunch, just sitting at his hole. So I'll put it back to give him some food. Here is the final-ish result. So all those tomato cages are gone. I pulled all the, there they are though. I pulled all the weeds. There was tons, just tons lining that area back there. So that's all gone. And I picked up some of the sticks, but I'm gonna leave these major sticks because I'll probably use them for something else. The other really cool thing I wanted to show you guys, I showed you the fungi before, but look at them. It's like so absolutely incredible. They look like shells. But then there's a whole other different kind here. So this is a different kind. This doesn't have gills. This one's got little holes. And that's where the spores come out. And we'll go over the different kinds of fungi when we talk about fungi. But for now, let's just bask in their beauty. So all the
sticks that did have the fungi, I left in the garden because I want them to drop their spores. We like fungi. Fungi is a good thing. And then I left, of course, the pumpkins to see what happens. And I left all the borage and the calendula. That's calendula. And that's what it is for now. So I'm probably going to cover it all with straw to kind of keep it warm for the winter while I locate some wood to build raised beds. But this is it for now. Until next time.